Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fedwa Wazwaz. I was trying to figure out a way to point out the intentional and deliberate bias and maybe attempts to pretend that they don't understand what is taking place. So I had reviewed several liberal editorial boards commentary on police violence, and this one was written by one such editorial. I don't want to mention it. They can probably figure it out. But I wanted to use that. Sometimes I'll borrow people again understandings to try to drive the point that they know what Palestinians are saying. They recognize the arguments that they are making, but it's an intentional and deliberate policy and pattern to reject that argument out of self-interest and out of prejudice. So let me begin. If our politics has taught us anything, it is that emotions trump facts every time and interests trump international laws. People hold fast to their interests, whether moral or not, even when presented with evidence to the contrary. So every day, month, and year, interest in fascism trump the evidence that Israel is engaged in genocide. On its face, Israel is defending itself, is a perfectly good reason. Security can be pretty scary, but upon reviewing the tons of evidence, Israel's self-defense feels like a cover-up. We see Israel practicing this alibi almost immediately. Israel has a right to defend itself. We can equally imagine them later reviewing their talking points. We are afraid of being wiped out many times in front of a mirror. Criminologists call this a technique of neutralization, denial of responsibility, and denial of the victim. And that's how the Israel has a right to defend itself argument works. It's all about denial. We are to always empathize with Israel, never the Palestinians. Country that was built on the ethnic cleansing of other people and is militarily occupying Palestinians' land, building settlements illegally, has no right to self-defense. International law says Palestinians have a right to resistance. But the more important question is, can modern Western civilization be held accountable for its war crimes? Because until we can answer that question and show evidence, not just a yes or no, evidence that it is and has and will be held accountable for its war crimes, everything else is exactly what the criminologists have said. Techniques of neutralization, denial of responsibility, and denial of the victims of modern Western civilization. So I thank you very much. And again, I took these aha moments from some editorial board. I just borrowed their aha moment and put in substitutes to some of the understanding that they came to regarding police violence, that they are struggling with to raise their voice with regarding to the situation overseas. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.